Hi, Katie Cruz, Accountability Coach here for The Conscious Women. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about the importance of women finding their voice and sharing their story. The work that I'm doing is very important as it is helping women come back to themselves, finding that place within them where they are at peace, where they feel content, and where they are able to find bliss in their everyday life. One of the most important aspects of the work that I do is getting women to see where they are living in their story versus being of service. What I mean by saying in our story is when we are living in the past, when we are reliving circumstances that have happened to us previously, we are going through those same emotions and reliving that trauma, putting our actual physical body under that same level of stress over and over. So what I want to do is help women to recognize where they have grabbed something that has happened to them in the past, a trauma, an experience, a relationship breakdown, some sort of incident that has marked them and kept them stuck in this cycle where they feel trapped in this emotion, and teaching them how to then transmute that into a more positive, high vibrational feeling state so that they are no longer reliving those emotions and that trauma over and over. And then when a woman steps into this place, she is being of service to herself, and then she is able to serve her family, her friends, and her community to a much greater level. And what we find is that when we are living our life being of service, we are more content, we are more happy, and we are able to view the world through a more loving gaze. Versus when we are in our stories, we feel as though everything is happening to us and that we have no control over the reality that is unraveling in front of us. So why then would I say that it's important for women to talk about their stories? The reason we need to talk about them is because we need to connect with other women and show them, if they are sitting in their story, if they are struggling to overcome them, that there is a path forward. So when we have conquered our battles, when we have overcome our darkness, when we have stepped out of the dark night of our souls, we need to then talk about it. There are so many topics today that are not discussed. Miscarriage, addictions, marital breakdown. All of these things are happening in our lives on a regular basis, but we do not discuss them openly and freely because we do not want to be judged. We don't want to be seen as being vulnerable. But what's happening is it's happening everywhere. And in order for us to help women step out of these places, to step out of the trauma, to talk about things like stillborns, and to show women the path forward through grief, we need to talk about it. We need to create a space where women can openly say, this is what's happened to me and this is how I overcame this. So women's circles are on the rise. There are women's circles everywhere which give women a place to do just this. But what if there's not a women's circle near you? What if you don't want to attend a women's circle? That is why we have new places now where these circles of women are coming together, where we are connecting and growing and sharing our stories, whether it is through social media, whether it is through a blog, an Elephant Journal article, whether it is, in a book or in a magazine, whatever way you feel compelled to share your story, do it, write it, read it, speak it, sing it, and share it with the world. It is now coming to a point in time where we need more women to start utilizing their voices to speak up. And we are seeing these women's movements coming more and more, the Me Too movement, the white privilege movement, where women who have been suppressed in some way, or women who have experienced trauma or grief, are now finding an avenue for themselves to heal through the story, and then connect with other women who need to heal through the story as well. So if you have a story to share, it is now the time to speak up. I do hope that this message starts to spread and we feel more comfortable speaking our truth. Thank you so much for listening today, and I do hope you are on the path for a more blissful life.